Hello everyone. Today I'm going to talk about the optimization of quadratic function, and this is one of the important concept in mathematics. So if your function is quadratic function, and if you want to find the maximum or minimum value of that function, then you have to use this trick, or you can use this trick to find the maximum or minimum value of quadratic function. Of For example, let's say you are running some kind of business, and if your profit function is quadratic function, that is second degree function, then by using this trick, by using this idea, you can find the maximum value of your profit. So that's one example. So basically, optimization means to find maximum or minimum value of function. And since here we're interested in quadratic function, so quadratic function means a function of degree 2. Most of the time you see quadratic function in this form: ax squared plus bx plus c. This is your quadratic function where a, b, c are some real numbers, some constant. For example, let me give you one example. X squared negative 4x plus 1 is one quadratic function where the value of a is 1, value of b is negative 4, and value of c is 1. So our goal is to find maximum or minimum value of this kind of function. Okay, so let's see how we can find this. If I plot the graph of this function, let's say x squared minus 4x plus 1, then I will get something like this: x squared minus 4x plus 1, x squared minus 4x plus 1. So when x equal to 2, negative 3. So if you plot the graph of this function x squared minus 4x plus 1, you would get the graph. Your graph look like this, and from this graph you can see this: at x equal to 2 you would get the minimum value of this function, and the minimum value of this function is negative 3. So if you have given another quadratic function, let's say g of x, which is, let's say, x squared plus 4x plus 1, then your graph of this function would be something something like this. When x equals to 2, so if you plot the graph of g of x, then your graph would be look like this. And from this graph, what you can see is at x equal to 2, the value of function is 5, and that value of function is maximum value of function. So every quadratic function should be either concave upward like this or concave downward, and that entirely depends on the coefficient of x squared. Here, for function f of x, the coefficient of x squared is 1, so that means it's positive. So this is the graph of your f of x, where coefficient of a is positive. That's why it's concave up. And if your coefficient of a is positive, then you will have minimum value of function, minimum value of quadratic function. And if your coefficient of x squared is negative, then your graph of the quadratic function would be concave downward, and in that case you can find the maximum value of function. So there are only two possible cases in quadratic function, and that is either your graph of the quadratic function is concave up or concave down, and that entirely depends on the coefficient of x squared. So if your value of a is positive, then you will find the minimum value of the quadratic function because your graph will be concave up. And if your coefficient of a x squared, which is the value of a, is negative, then your graph would be the concave downward, and then you will find the maximum value of the function, maximum value of the quadratic function, like this. So after this example, let me give you the formula to find the maximum or minimum value of function, quadratic function. So if your function is quadratic function, which is ax squared plus bx plus c, make sure that your a is not equal to 0, because if a is 0, then it would not then your function would not be the quadratic function, it would be the linear function. So here we are trying to find the we are trying to optimize the quadratic function. That's why I make sure that the value of a should be non-zero. Then depending on the value of a, if a is positive, then we can find minimum a value of function, and if a is negative, then we can find maximum value of the function or function f of x. So always we have to make sure that either our value of a is positive or negative. So the question is now, how do you find the maximum or minimum value of the quadratic function? And to find the maximum or minimum value of the quadratic function, we have to use vertex formula, or you may say the vertex of the quadratic function, and which is negative b over 2a. So you can always find the maximum or minimum value of the function when x equals to negative b over 2a, and then value of the function would be f negative b over 2a. So you can find the maximum value of function at x equals to negative b over 2a, and then the maximum value would be the value of function when x equal to negative b over 2a. So our goal is to find this value and that value. It is the value of x where you can find the maximum or minimum value of the function, and this is the maximum or minimum value of the function. Okay, so let me give you one example of where we are going to use this formula to find the to optimize the quadratic function. So let's write down this formula here: maximum or minimum of quadratic function f of x. You can find the maximum or minimum of the quadratic function f of x at x equal to negative b over 2a, and the value is the value of the function at negative b over 2a. Okay, so this is our formula. So let me give you an example where we use this formula to find the maximum or maximum value of the function. For example, I have one example here. Example. If a renting company rent x number of apartments, x number of apartments, then their profit in dollar is given by this quadratic formula p of x, which is negative 8x squared plus 3200x minus 80,000. Then the question is find the value of x where we get maximum profit. Find the value of x where we can have maximum profit. So in this example, here we have given one renting company, and if that company rents x number of apartments, then this p of x, which is the quadratic function, gives the profit of that company in dollars. And now our goal is to find the value of x. So we should figure out how many apartment should rent by that company so that their profit would be maximum. So our goal is to find the value of x by using this formula. Since it's a quadratic function, so we can use this formula to find the maximum profit, or to find the number of apartments for the maximum profit. So this is our quadratic function. Now we can have maximum profit at x equal negative b over 2. So make sure to find the value of a and b. In this quadratic function, the value of a is negative 8, the value of b is 3200, and the value of c is 80,000. So just plug the value of b, 2, and a. It would be negative, the value of b is 3200 over 2 times a is negative 8. So you can cancel this negative, and this negative. It would be now positive. Now just divide 3200 by 8 times 2 is 16. It would be 200. Okay, since here the value of a is negative 8, that means you would have maximum value of the function according to the rule we discussed. If the coefficient of x squared is negative, then quadratic function would have maximum value, because the graph of the quadratic function would be the concave downward. So that's why at x equal to 200, if that company rents 200 apartment, then that company would have maximum profit. And if you want to find that maximum profit, then you just have to plug x equal to 200 in this function. So the maximum profit would be maximum profit of the company would be the value of p when x equal to 200. So it would be negative 8 times 200 is squared plus 3200 times 200 minus 80,000. Just try to find the value of this. It's a simple calculation. So negative 8, 200 times 200 would be 400, that times 8 is 3200 minus 6400, negative 80,000. So if you make sure that it's positive, because here you have plus sign. So if you add this 2 and subtract with this, then it would be 32, 1 2 3, 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4 8. So it would be 0 0 0 0 0 4, 400,000, and here you have 640,000. So it would be 400 minus plus 640, 1 2 3. So that means 240,000. So company would have maximum profit at x equal to 200, and the maximum profit is 240,000. So that was one example. So today we discussed about how to find the maximum or minimum value of the quadratic function. Make sure that if your quadratic function if you have given the quadratic function, then by using this formula at x equal to negative b over 2a, you could have maximum or minimum value of the function, and value would be f when x equal to negative b over 2a. And to find either it's a maximum or minimum, you have to look at the value of the a. If value of a is positive, you would have minimum value of function, and if value of the a is negative, then you can find the maximum value of the function. Thank you.